Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. This is my little podcast, Knit and Craft with Knit and Craft, and we're just going to talk about what I've been working on and drink our coffee. I think this is going to be a relatively short podcast episode only because, well, one, I haven't really done much, and two, the F1 race is on in about 45 minutes, so I've got to do this quickly. Give me one sec. I do apologize for the state of my hair. Maybe we'll put it up. It's my natural hair, and it's kind of a wreck. What are we talking about? Okay, so typical podcast format. We're gonna go through my finished objects, my works in progress, and then kind of talk about what I'm thinking about doing in the future, what are my plans, any acquisitions, and we'll just try and roll through it as quickly as possible. So I have my Knit California yarn journal. I will be referencing this. If you see me looking down or flipping, it's because I have a bird brain and I can't remember anything. So let's get started. The first finished object that I have for the month of March are my day and night socks. So if you saw my last podcast, you'd know that I'm in the competition Sock Madness, and I'm on Team O, which I believe stands for Team Open Brain Coral. So all the team names are coral or like ocean themed. I started these on the 4th. I finished them on the 7th, and I knit them out of Sweet Georgia Tough Love Sock in the color Snowfall, and then Knitted Wit in Bittersweet Memories. I'm not sure what the Knitted Wit sock base is, but I think it's just called Sock. And I knit them on a 2.5 millimeter needle. I knit them in the 70 stitch size, and it took about 74 grams of yarn total. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like, and then we will cut. So these have a really cool construction. What I'm going to do is we'll cut it. I'll put them on sock blocker so you can see it a little bit better, and I'll discuss the construction a little bit more. Okay, so we're back. They are on blockers. I have a flat blocker for you here, and I have one on a traditional blocker. So I'm just going to hold this up to the camera. Really, really cool construction here. So you start, it's knit top down. You cast on in one color, and then you knit in a mosaic style where you're skipping stitches. Every other stitch, purling to create this rib, and then you go into this really simple cable. I really, really like these socks. Sometimes I feel like Sock Madness socks are difficult for the sake of being difficult, or complex for the sake of being complex. And I don't find that that is what happened here. I really like these socks. They're super cool. They are very tight. When I knit mosaic, my mosaic knits are incredibly tight because I'm already a tight knitter. Look at that. Look at that sole. I'm sorry for the dog hair, but it's just so interesting. I've never seen socks like these. So this is the day and night sock. They normally release the patterns for Sock Madness after the competition is over. So sometime in June, you can probably look for this and it'll be available. And I just highly recommend it. It's such an interesting knit. It obviously has a strong heel, a Fleegle heel, whatever you want to call it. I can't remember if strong is top down and Fleegle is toe up or vice versa. But it's the same construction where you just increase. Here, let's show you on this one. It'll be easier. You increase out and then you turn the heel. And in these, you turn the heel and in the center, you switch colors. So you're just constantly twisting your yarn and switching colors back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Super cool, super interesting. I've never seen anything like this. And I would knit another one of these, but I would increase my stitch count because they are so hard to get on. I have not blocked them yet. I'm hoping blocking will relax them a little bit, but man, are they tight. Once they're on, we're great, but it's a struggle to get them on, but I love these. And this is my first finished object. Okay, so my second finished object I'm sorry if my hair is getting on the mic, let me move that back. My second finished object for the month are my budding vine socks. This is my own design. They are being released today, actually. And I started them on the 9th of March and I finished them on the 17th of March. I used Dragon Horde yarn, myth fingering in the color Terrason, and 29 Bridges Studio Go-To Sock in the color Rose Gold. So the green is Terrason and the pink is Rose Gold. I knit them on my typical way that I would do for me, 72 stitches, 2.25 millimeters, and they took about 69 grams total. So I will show you that. I love them. Obviously I love them. They're my own designs, but we'll do what we did for the last socks. I'm going to put them on sock blockers and I will meet you back here. All right, so these have been in testing and the test has finally ended and I am going to release these hopefully today. If I can get my act together, it will be today. There was no major issues in the test, but I'm always thankful for my testers that make this possible. It's knit top down. I have a 1x1 twisted rib. All my socks have this because I just love this ribbing. It's completely color work, unlike any of my other socks. These are just straight color work, and they take the motif, the stranded motif from the budding vine socks. Did I say that these were the budding vine socks? I'm so sorry if I did. These are the budding colorwork socks, but they mirror my budding vine socks. And I did that because a lot of people really like the motif on my budding vine socks, but they have no interest in knitting brioche, or they have no interest in knitting brioche on a sock. And that's completely and totally fair. I 100% get that. But one of my testers that was in the budding vines test knit asked me if I would just make a sock that was completely color work instead of with the brioche, and I was like, that's a great idea, absolutely. So knit top down, heel flap and gusset. It's the centered gusset. Again, I will show you on this one, it will be easier. Centered gusset, we love it. I just think it looks so polished. Standard wedge toe, just regular old colorwork socks, but these are the budding colorwork socks. Love them. And honestly, that's all I finished this month. I have an autoimmune disease. It is flaring up right now, and I'm having issues using my hands to knit, to do anything. I have dropped out of Sock Madness because I just could not compete, or I did not want to push my hands. I've done that before, and it's just not worth it. So we're here. We're not doing much right now. It's all I can do to type on my computer all day long. So there's just not a lot done this month, and that is okay. We will move into my works in progress because I do still have a couple things on my needles. So the first thing I have to show you today is the stripe hat by Veronika Lindberg. I have been working on this for quite a few days. We'll grab the book and I'll tell you how many, or at least when I started it. But I have made some progress. We've got an entire sleeve done, the whole body, the neckline, and I picked up for the second sleeve. So you may notice there is some discoloration right here. Well, I was knitting away on it and I was like, this is really, really, really small. I checked my gauge. My stitch gauge was off. My row gauge was fine, like pretty much spot on. And that's kind of par for the course for me. My row gauge is on or a little bit smaller, and my stitch gauge is almost always very, like a lot smaller. I knew that this was going to fit less oversized, and I was okay with that because with stripes, I just thought that that would be totally fine. So I blocked it. And I blocked it during the day. And it was during my lunch break. So I thought, no problem. And I put in a color catcher and I used warm water, not hot water. All the things that I normally do. Well, I was monitoring it and I didn't see any bleeding, any running. So I got a phone call or I got a Teams call and I just left it in the water and I was on that Teams call for about 30 minutes. I went back and it had blood. This color right here, this setter, it ran and it's okay. I blocked it. It does now fit. It is still too shorter than I would like. It's per pattern. It blocked out to be what it needed to be. And I did decrease by about a half an inch this ribbing because I just thought proportionally it looked a little weird. So I took out about a half an inch. And to be perfectly honest, I would be very happy with 2 inches of extra length. But that's just not how this sweater is written. But overall, it does fit me. There is bleeding. I am a little bummed on it. This is not going to be the garment that I reach for all the time, and that's okay. But you live and you learn, and that's what this year's about. I am learning what I like, what I want to make, what fits me, what makes me happy. So I have again started on the sleeve, and I really, if I knit all day today, I could get it done. My hands, I don't think are going to cooperate, but we'll see how far we get. But this is very close to being done. I have a lot of ends to weave in, but honestly, I've already woven in all of the ends around the neckline, all of them in this sleeve. So we'll get there, and I will let you guys know when I go for my next block if I can get any of this bleeding out. I've used Miss Bab's white peppercorn in the past in Colorwork, and it's done the same thing where it just like absorbs any sort of color. And that's not on the yarn. It's not anything that the dyers or the yarn makers or anything. It's not their fault. It's my fault. But this is the second time a red has bled into my white peppercorn, and I'm just like, come on, girl. It doesn't look like any of the other colors bled either. And I love 29 Bridges Studio, so I do not fault them for this at all. It didn't crock. It didn't do anything. Like when the pigment of the yarn comes off on your hands when you knit, that's called crocking, I believe. It didn't do that at all. So, you know what? It's fine. You live and you learn, and This is going to be an inside the house knit anyway, I think. So, oh well, move on. I threw my hair up because I realized I was messing with it and it looked crazy. So, this next object that I cast on is the Calm Down Cardigan by Lily Kate France, or Mix. Ah, I know, I got it all joined. This is so cool. A little bit about the construction. It's knit, so you start with the saddles. You start with one saddle, you pick up, you knit the left front down, and then you knit the next saddle, pick up along the edge, and knit across the back, cast on stitches, and then pick up along the left saddle. Then you knit the back panel, come over here to the right, pick up, knit this panel, and then you join everything together. It's so clever. But now I'm to the point where it's just a million stitches that I have to purl back and forth because my hands hurt. I have not been working on this at all. I'm going to get you the stats on both the stripe hype and this now. Bear with me. I'm still learning how I want to structure these. Let's grab my notebook. And okay, so the Calm Down Cardigan, I started on the 10th of March. I'm using Cascade 220 in the color 8012 or 8012, and it is Doeskin Heather. And it's 100% Peruvian Highland wool. So it's the non-superwash one, which is my favorite Cascade. I have another sweater that I made. It was probably like the first sweater I ever made, actually. And it is in Cascade 220. And unfortunately, I do not fit in that sweater anymore. But it is a beautiful sweater, and it wore really well. For the stripe hype sweater, I started that on February 18th, and it's still going. I don't have anything else to share about the stripe hype, honestly. I think I said everything I wanted to. So this is beyond exciting. And seeing, I was really worried about this color. I bought this yarn online. I did not see it in person. And I was worried about this color for me because I am very pale and I look corpsey very easily, especially in neutrals, which is unfortunate because I love a neutral. But I don't think that this washes me out too much. So I'm very excited about this. Hopefully I can make some progress. I will put a progress keeper on this and we'll just see kind of where I end up week by week. I don't have deadlines. I don't have anything that I'm like striving to get this done by. So we'll just take it day by day and see where we get with it. So those were my two projects that I kind of talked about last podcast. But I do have a little bonus project for you. I've spoken about it, but I don't believe I've shown it. And this is my double knit Hogwarts blanket. And all of my bags that you'll see are Fate's thread bags. I didn't have any project bags for 9 years of knitting. I just used Ziploc bags because they worked for me and I could throw them in, other bags or tote bags or my purse, whatever, and I could reuse them. But unfortunately, Fate's Thread was going out of business and they were having an incredible going out of business sale. And I picked up like 20 project bags. So they're all the same type of bag, drawstring, whole clothes. I got a lot of small ones because I knit a lot of socks. And this one's got cute little Halloween kitties on it. The one my stripe hype is in has Hocus Pocus themes. And the one my Calm Down cardigan is in is nautical, kind of. I don't know, maybe like mythical creatures we'll go with. Oh no. Guys, this would only happen to me. My little tiny yarn ball fell into my coffee. So, we're going to break that. I need to go clean up. Give me 1 second. So I know Emily Curtis on YouTube is known as Gently Chaotic Knits, but I think I need to go by Fully Chaotic Knits because how does that happen? Okay. I'm so annoyed with myself. Okay, so what I wanted to show you was my double knit Hogwarts blanket. And I don't have a lot done on the Gryffindor panel, but I can show you, maybe. Yay! I've got the very, very small part of the Gryffindor. So what will happen, let me turn it like this, it'll make more sense. Once I knit to a certain part of the pattern, I will cast on stitches. And so it will make this kind of shape. I guess like an L shape, but it's not going to be quite proportional to an L. I'm so excited. I'm going to go grab the other panel for you. I'll put them together so you can see the vision. And so this will sit here and it will go over the, oh, this is really hard to show. And I'm just making so many loud needle noises. I just know it. Sorry. So let's lay this on my chest. Okay, this will go here, and then this will go here, and then it will knit up and over to about halfway, and then up again. So it's just going to be like a crib-sized blanket. And I don't know. I really like it. It's slow going. I only work on this when I don't want to work on any of my other projects. And I did about 7 rows yesterday and was really happy. So this is a long-term project. I don't think that I'm going to finish it anytime soon, nor do I want to, because double knitting hurts my hands. I find double knitting when I knit continental does not hurt my hands as bad as if I knit English, but I can see one of the colors through the fabric because I knit much less tight when I knit continental, and I think that's a me thing. But I also knit this in these 2 colors, this blue and this gray, and I have regrets. So we're gonna see all the other panels together, and I might reknit this, and that's okay because this can just be like a tapestry. I'll give it to somebody. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so as far as acquisitions go, I did bring in 3 skeins of yarn this month. I religiously watch Megan's podcasts. She's a Naughty Mess on YouTube. I find her absolutely delightful. And she told us on her podcast that La Bien-Aimée was having a warehouse sale. And they don't really do sales, I guess. This was like the first time ever doing it. And I have never bought La Bien-Aimée before because, well, 1, I don't see it in stores around here ever. And 2, it's quite pricey. I'm no stranger to expensive yarn, but this is like even more expensive than I generally buy. But it was on sale. I caught the very end of the sale, so there wasn't a lot left. But they had mystery skeins in different bases. And I said, you know what? Let's do it. I thought I bought 3 fingering weight bases, and somehow I clicked the wrong thing because Lobby Anime sent me exactly what I ordered. Exactly. Not their fault. Let me just show you. I got a skein of big merino. I never knit bulky weight anything. And what am I going to do with one skein of bulky? But it's like a single ply merino, and it is insanely soft. So let me show this to you again because the color is incredible. So even though I did not think I ordered this, I'm really happy I got it. So this is mystery color number 4. It's 100 grams, 77 yards, and I'm going to hold it with a mohair and probably make a hat. I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions, because like I said, I don't knit with yarn like this ever, please let me know. But so exciting because this is pushing me out of my comfort zone. So Lobby Anime, Big Merino in the mystery color 4. The next skein I got was this one, and oh my gosh, this is just crazy beautiful. And honestly, it's coming up pretty true to color on camera, at least from what I can see in the little viewfinder. And this is Twist Novu, 437 yards per 100 grams. It's a non-superwash merino, and this is in the magical mystery color number 2. I have no idea what I'm going to make with this, but I love this color. This is like, if I had to pick a deep jewel tone for me, it would be this. I feel like I'm being washed out, but let me. Oh my goodness. So good. I'm so happy. I don't know what I'm going to make with this. 437 yards. That's not a lot, but, and I don't want to hold it with anything because it's so good and it's so squishy. Um, I'm so excited, and it's non-superwash, which I don't really mind for socks. I will use a non-superwash yarn for socks because I don't mind the felting. So maybe I'll make just a really simple pair of socks with this. It's so squishy. It is so squishy. I feel like I get the hype. I don't know if I will pay full price for this, but I feel like I get the hype. And then finally, my last skein is this one, and this is Merino Super Sock, 465 yards per 100 grams. It is a superwash merino with 25% nylon, and this is the magical mystery color number 9. I'm sorry, I don't know why I can't get that right, but here, let me show you this. Whoop. Wow. It's just sunny and delightful, and I really think that this would look great. I just picture this as like part of like a variegated blanket, even like a crochet blanket. I just think that this could really shine in like a really interesting granny square. So that's what we got. Those are all my acquisitions. I brought in 979 yards, 300 grams, and I got out, I'm doing some mental math here, almost 600 yards. So I'm doing okay. once the month is completely over, I may finish the stripe height. So that's the only reason I haven't tallied everything up. I do keep like a log, and I'll show you in my book where I track yarn and fiber in and yarn and fiber out. The last thing I'm going to show you guys is spinning. So if you're just not interested in spinning or in my spinning, you can go have a great time. I hope you have a great day. But anybody interested in spinning, hang around. I'm going to go grab those and I will show you what I am spinning up. So this is Yarn Jam fiber. It's a Shiniko base, and this was the Marlene Knits colorway. And I'm not an avid Marlene podcast watcher, but I saw this color and I was like, I have to have this. It's so, so good. So I got 2 braids of just the regular old Shiniko, and then I got a braid of this, which is the same colorway, but it has this confetti tweed in it. And I thought, oh, that's so fun. That's so fun. And I'm currently spinning that now. It's on my spinning wheel over there. Maybe I'll take a picture and pop it in. But this spun really, really fine. I really wanted to make a 3-ply, one of each braid. I split the first braid into, or I didn't split the first braid at all. I just spun it straight from the braid. So I got really long stripes, color repeats, right? And then I split the second braid into 3 pieces so I would get shorter repeats, thinking, okay, I'll apply these together with the confetti and I'll have like really interesting stripes, kind of like a fractal. But the confetti tweed is spinning up quite a bit thicker. I would say double thick for my singles, so I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. I think I'll probably chain ply all of them and use them all in a project, but kind of like a fade or something like that. I'm not really sure what to do, especially because if I 3-ply or chain ply the confetti tweed on itself, it's going to be considerably thicker. If I 3-ply this, if I chain ply this, I'll get about a sport weight, a heavy fingering to a sport weight, depending on how it thwacks, how it fluffs up after it's been fulled. And I think I would probably get a heavy DK, maybe even a worsted out of the confetti tweed. So I know I can't put them together because I don't think that will create a very balanced yarn. But I'm not sure what to do. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know. I am a little, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know what to do. I'm a relatively new spinner, and once I have my mind set on something, I just go and execute it. But if it doesn't work out, I don't really have, I don't know what to do after that. So I'm kind of stuck here. I am still spinning the confetti. Perhaps I can get it thinner. I've split that one into 4 pieces. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to spin it really thin, but because there's so many flubs of the tweedy bits, it's making it hard to spin really fine. And I want the tweedy bits in it. That's why I bought the yarn. So I need the fiber to do what it wants to do, but at the same time, I'm trying to force it to do something it doesn't want to do. And I just don't think I'm going to get a good result because of that. So let me know your thoughts on this. because I don't really have any thoughts on this except to default to what I always do, which is make a ply ball and chain ply this. So one more time because it's so pretty in this light. Ah! I'm so happy with this. Alrighty, that's all I have for today. I don't really have any life updates. Things are just going how they're going. Sometimes it's stressful, and that's just how life is. I think that's all I have to share. If you like Formula One, who do you root for? If you are working on a project, please let me know what you're working on. I hope you have a beautiful day. Today it's sunny and beautiful outside. We went from freezing cold here in Maryland to 80 degrees yesterday, which was pretty par for the course for Maryland. We have some crazy weather here. And I hope to get out today. My olive plant got scale, and that was really upsetting. So I'm trying to nurse her back to health, and I think that we will be successful. No garden update because I have not been able to do anything. Actually, you can see how swollen my hands are on camera. So hopefully next episode will be way less depressing and I will actually have something to show. I do still plan on putting out that spring plans video that goes over like my bingo board. I haven't gotten that done, and I will also put out a video about all of my designs. If you're interested in any of my designs, just follow me on Instagram. My contact stuff will be below. I do an absolutely terrible job of promoting that stuff, but I will probably post something about it. And most likely post a test call of any of the coming designs that I have running. I've blabbered for way too long. I'm going to go watch Formula One. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope that your crafting brings you joy and peace in your life. And thank you for watching. Bye.